of the film, Javier Baladia. Javier? Can you both?
Hi.
Hi. Can you
Hi.
both
No,
talk
I
about?
said I.
Ay,
No,
I
hi.
thought it was hi.
Hi.
Ay.
Ay, ay, ay.
Can you both talk about the process from the book to the film? Did you always imagine there would be a film, or when did the idea of a film come about?
Well, I would say that I would talk about from in the name of Javier. I don't think he never thought this could be a movie at the beginning. Never. But at this moment appeared Marta Figueras, our producer. She's here. Marta, she's here. And because her mother said to her something, and also a friend of her, Victoria Bermejo, that she also signs the script, and Victoria Bermejo also is here, okay, the script co-writer. Then a few things confluyeron, and they came together, and the result, the movie that you can see here, is just life, a few things that start to get together and poof, that comes up. But I would like to say something else. When when at the beginning we thought about the script and everything, one of the things that I found would be very interesting is to situate Javier at the beginning of this process, to give, para darle un hilo narrativo a la película.
To give a kind of narrative thread to the film.
I thought it would be very interesting to use him as a channel, through him, the moment in which a writer starts thinking about the idea, starts searching about the rememberings, about all this process of recuperate all the familiar.
But allow me.
Yeah, allow you.
This was not easy. It took her 1 year to convince me to appear on screen because I didn't want it. But I have to say that besides of a movie director, she's a very sensitive, smart, elegant person that in the right way she convinced me to finally appear up here, which has been an experience in my life because it's the first time I've been an actor. And maybe, well, if I was younger, maybe it could be the beginning of a career. Now maybe it's too late, but it's okay.
It's a great work of voice over, it's him talking and also talking about what was saying.
But I have to say, please excuse my English because it's very bad. Maybe it will confuse me my accent because sometimes I have a very good accent because I'm like a parrot, And the secret was that she discovered that, and when part of the words were so difficult that I couldn't understand what
difficult to act.
Yes, I couldn't understand what she was asking me to do. Then finally we found the way. She said, "Okay, I'm going to do exactly what I want, and you do it like a parrot," and it worked perfectly. So it's true. We did a lot of work like that.
We don't have a lot of time, so let's get some questions from all of you. Yes.
I have two questions. One is, it seems to me interesting that you had two characters in the film. One was the father, and then the father, and Padre,
Yes.
and his son, and both of them were spoiled by the grandmother, but they turned out so differently in their lives. The Padre was very hardworking, and Keith was dissolute.
Vago.
Yeah.
That's one question. The other question is, you say in one of the first, I guess
politics and economics, yes?
It was a sort of a meeting place for people without a state.
Yes.
What surprised me was there was no mention in the entire film of the role of soccer or the Barcelona Football Club.
Just two questions. The first is, how is it that both the Padrí, the Godfather character, and Keep turned out so differently when they were both really raised and spoiled by the grandmother? And the second is, if you could talk a little bit about the importance of the Barcelona Football Club also as another spot for gatherings during that era.
Answer.
Well, I have to say that football is a phenomenon that it's much later than Liceo. But actually nowadays is exactly the same. Is the same. I mean, Liceo now is like well, any theater of the world, and Barcelona is where people is making business, you know, and nowadays a very dark business, I should say, no. And the first part of the question is so difficult because this is maybe this is the secret of life. Why it can change you. Your life like this, if it's the same person that is educating you, how can happen that? I've been thinking a lot, and maybe deep in his heart, Jeep knew that the money was the thing that spoiled everything. Because if there was no money, her mother never went away, probably. So actually, he loved the money, but he hated the money. And he humiliated the money, spending everything like kind of, I don't know, a revenge or... I cannot tell you, it's so difficult. But it happens in many lives. So this is nice of this film that it's universal. It can happen to many families, no?
Yes, sir.
I have to compliment you on a work of profound sadness and profound beauty of a lost world, which we are seeing less and less of. And this could be a family in Greece or in France or
New York.
or in anywhere in Europe, and perhaps even South America. And it's just profoundly, deeply sad as well to see the tracing of a family into its manifestations today. But I'm respecting very much the massive amount of research that produced the film clips and the photographs that created this movie. It's an extraordinary amount of work, of editing and culling, and you ought to be congratulated for this
Hard work.
beautiful work.
Hard work that she has done.
Congratulations to the filmmakers.
Tell them how many hours.
Many hours. But I really enjoyed doing that. I think that many of the... I don't know if you noticed that the characters, because this is a story about characters, also about a time, but about characters. And all of the characters, we didn't have achievement enough, archives enough. So we construct them with many different films of many different families of many different times. We made one Ramona, one Teresa, one Isabel, and they are all the women that appear, they are different. And I have to apologize because we had something we didn't expect. I don't know why it happened that, but each time that appears the character that it's real, I precisely go to that person, to that character, and we used to write the name down there, but it didn't appear, I'm sorry. It appeared Federico García Lorca in one moment, and well, it's okay, I'm sorry, it's like this technology.
André Mourois, yes.
André Mourois,
It's a pity, they were missing.
But, well, finally I've been a young girl growing old there. So I was really very emotional, because also I have to say, it's like you are managing a material, life material of people that they are not here anymore, I was really emotional doing that. Many things happened to me. And I would like to say something important. This is a film about the spirit of life. It's not, you practically see one side of the coin, okay? there is a moment in which it's specifically we clear up that the fortunes became from a practice not very clean, and we say, well, they were not saints, we could discuss about that, but in our country, at least, we've made many movies about the other side, the workers, the workers' fight, etc. But we never saw a type of movie like this, like a hello of the middle 19th century till the earlier 20th centuries, like a Hello magazine, we never saw that. This is Javier Baladia's work. That's why at this moment I need him, and I need to go through his head, and through his head, his feeling, his moments in which he writes, and then it's writing exactly what appears in the book. Sometimes he's thinking, so I can, as a director, make things like Nijinsky or The Bird, and all this process is what helped me to work and to give a fiction view of the movie, because they are real people, but they are people at least, and their lives is like life. Life always supera la ficción.
It supersedes fiction. It's
you
greater
know,
than fiction.
and this I couldn't get off that. Well, I don't know.
Other questions? Yes, sir. Over here.
Yes,
This-
it is
Let me
like
just repeat
this.
it for everybody. This viewer says that the film is, as has been saying, somewhat critical of this era and whatever, but also somewhat nostalgic, and also in a certain way nostalgic about a Barcelona of the past and critical of a Barcelona today. And could the filmmakers comment on this?
Yeah, I understood well. Perdona, ¿cuánto tiene de crítica con la Barcelona?
Que tiene una crítica sobre Barcelona del pasado y también una nostalgia para el Barcelona del pasado, pero quizás es un poco más nostálgica para el pasado y crítica de Barcelona de hoy.
Bueno, there is a part in the film. This is very nostalgic. We are on Javier's mind. Okay, don't forget about that. But and I get into his head. I'm in his service. This film arrived to me like this, and I understood quickly that I should, if I wanted to do it, I should be in his head.
This
in
is
his
not
mind.
really truth, because
Yes,
when
it's
she
true.
wanted something from me,
What I wanted from you.
she was shouting to me, "Hey, do that
No, that's
that
true.
way."
But of course, it's nostalgic. But there is this part in which you can see the rap song, in which we mixed poem of Joan Maragall, a very well-known poet of this time, that he made a poem to Barcelona during those facts, the 1909.
Semana trágica.
The
Tragical
tragic,
week.
week in which he suddenly had the needing. He was from the bourgeoisie, etc., very mystic and so. And at this moment, he made a big critic to his town, to his people, and we mix it with the present, like a rapper singer, in which he criticized also what is happening to Barcelona now. We love our town, we love our Barcelona, but we also know that some things happen that we don't like, and we don't change. In fact, don't forget, this time, in this film, there is a moment also we speak about the 20s, and we make a parallelism in which how interesting they were, how the technology, the electricity, the phone, everything is exactly what is happening today. A big explosion, industrial explosion, a big joie de vivre, and a big, machine starts to supply people, workers, big crisis, big problems, wars, you know. We are living in a moment very, very similar. Actually, we are living in a historical moment very, very important, you know, with all the revolution that we are having with the technology and with this awful crisis that we are happening, and with with all these wars that still are happening around the world, you know. A model of living, a way of living is finishing also now.
I would like to say that it's not nostalgic, because while I was growing, I could realize that all that world that was surrounding me was disappearing, and I felt that each and every day when I was 17, 18, 19, 20. I was each and every day I was seeing how the world, you know, was like the sunset, and I wanted to keep it before it disappears forever. Yes, it's nostalgic, but on the other hand, it makes everyone to make a reflection about what we want to be from now on, because we are lost, I think, in Barcelona nowadays. We made the Olympics, what was a great business for a few people, but we are lost. But maybe not only Barcelona, maybe Europe is lost. Maybe, you know, our civilization, we are lost. And it's interesting that reflection of that time was not better than now. It was, some things were okay, other things were bad. But it's interesting to think about that. And the other thing that is interesting from that, and was very delicate to find the exact point, is that maybe is the first film in the last 20 years that we are talking about bourgeoisie like not an insult. Because 20 years ago it was an insult. Is it true? And it's not an insult, it was a society. They made some things very well and other very wrong. But maybe nowadays we are much worse, because now who belongs the money? We don't know. They have no face, no room, no a house where you can go and tell them something.
Virtual.
Where is the money? We don't know. Where is the power? We don't know. All these people, they have a big house in the middle of the city. You can go in front and they, hey, you son of a bitch, you know. Now, where can we go to say what we think? So, bourgeoisie is not perfection, but we have to think about all those things again. We have to, before passing this page, we have to
Read it first.
read it first, the last page.
Time
is
and
important.
distance.
Okay, I'm afraid we have to set up for the next show. I want to thank Javier and Mireia very much for the film and for coming. We can continue talking in the lobby if those who have other questions.
Thank you for
Thanks
coming.
so much.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be here, New York, New York.